Have you ever wondered how the magic of cinema and photography came to be? How did we go from still images to moving pictures that captivate our imagination? Welcome to our channel. Today we're talking about the history of film and photography, so stay tuned. Imagine a time when capturing a moment wasn't as simple as pulling out your phone and clicking a button. Well, that was the reality before the birth of photography. Photography as we know it today began in the 19th century, a time when taking a photo was a complex and costly process. Then, a man named George Eastman stepped onto the scene. Born in 1854, Eastman was the founder of the Eastman Kodak Company. He was the visionary who brought photography to the masses. In 1884, Eastman introduced film. This was a turning point for photography. Before this, cameras were bulky, heavy, and complicated. Developing film was a complex process that required a dark room and a lot of patience. But Eastman's invention changed the game. He designed a camera that was small, lightweight, and real easy to use. For the first time, photography wasn't just for professionals. Anyone could freeze a moment in time forever. Eastman had a dream of a world where photography was a part of everyday life. So he worked tirelessly to promote amateur photography, and his efforts paid off. Thanks to Eastman, millions of ordinary people have been able to take photographs. So that's how photography was born. But how did we move from still images to moving pictures? Well, the late 19th century saw the development of the first viable motion picture camera. This invention really opened up a whole new world of possibilities. We could now record life in motion and tell stories that moved and breathed. The first motion pictures were so simple, usually just a few frames of people or animals. Edward Muybridge's The Horse in Motion stands out as one of the most famous early motion pictures. In 1878, Muybridge got creative and set up a racing track with 24 cameras to capture the intriguing question of whether horses gallop with all four hooves off the ground at any point. The results? Nothing short of sensational. Muybridge's pictures laid the groundwork for all the films that followed. Over the years, technological advances along with the creative genius of numerous directors have given us unforgettable cinematic experiences. From the silent films of the early 20th century to the colorful musicals of the 1950s, from the gritty dramas of the 1970s to the blockbuster hits of today, each era of film has left its mark on the history of cinema. Still, the evolution of film is not just about the movies themselves, it's also about the technology that makes them possible. From the camera obscura of ancient times to the digital cameras of today, the technology of film has evolved in leaps and bounds. We'll talk about it further in the video. So that's the history of how film evolved. But a question comes to everyone's mind. What about the breakthrough for theater performances and cinemas? Let's fast forward to the 21st century. This was a time of revolution for theater performances and cinemas. The dawn of digital technology has reshaped the way we experience movies. Today, we're not just spectators but participants in the story. We can enjoy high-definition visuals and surround sound that make us feel like we're part of the story. The movie industry is like a river, constantly flowing and adapting to the landscape. The rise of at-home streaming services has changed the way we consume media, giving us the freedom to watch our favorite movies and shows whenever and wherever we want. We all have Netflix shows to binge, don't we? So this shift towards digital has also impacted the way movies are made. Filmmakers now have a toolbox filled with advanced technology that allows them to create stunning visuals and immersive soundscapes. We are literally living in a new era of filmmaking where the only limit is the sky. But despite these changes, the magic of the theater remains. There's something special about sitting in a dark theater, the smell of popcorn as the lights dim and the movie begins. It's an experience that can't be replicated at home. Now that we know how theater performances and cinemas have had their breakthrough, let's discuss what role technology played in all of this. Let's say technology has been a driving force in the evolution of film and photography. It has made these art forms more accessible and user-friendly. Today, anyone with a smartphone can capture high-quality photos and videos. Software applications allow us to edit and enhance these visuals, giving us the power to create our own narratives. But the impact of technology on film and photography goes beyond just making it easier for us to capture and share moments. It has also changed the way we experience these moments. Let's take drone photography for example. From being a tool exclusive to the world's top militaries, drone photography has transformed into an affordable and incredibly versatile medium loved by both professionals and hobbyists. Not only has drone photography become more readily available, but it's also grown more powerful. And of course, there are smart cameras. Initially designed as high-tech surveillance tools, smart cameras have now made their way into the hands of the everyday consumer. These affordable and user-friendly devices are pretty much plug-and-play, armed with powerful image sensors that can track movement and snap photos all by themselves. And guess what? They'll even shoot those pics straight to your phone. If we talk about the impact on the film industry, well, just like it has for a lot of other industries, technology has completely changed the film industry. From the ways movies get made, to how they are edited, to the ways audiences watch them. So, as we look to the future, it's obvious that film and photography will continue to evolve. With the rapid pace of technological advancements, we're standing on the brink of a new era in visual storytelling. Consider AI-powered cameras. These are more than just regular point-and-shoot cameras. They are really smart, capable of learning and improving over time. They can literally recognize patterns, anticipate moments, and even suggest the best settings for your shot. I think it's like having a professional photographer inside your camera. Moving on, how can we forget about the world of augmented and virtual reality? Imagine not just looking at a photograph, but stepping into it, walking around, exploring it from every angle. That's right, with AR and VR, photographs and films are no longer confined to two dimensions. They're becoming immersive experiences that transport us to different places and times. And what about the 3D imaging and computational photography? These technologies are transforming the way we capture and process images. They are enabling us to create photographs that are richer, deeper, and more detailed than ever before. Apart from the hardware, the future of film and photography is also being shaped by new software applications. New tools are making it easier for us to edit and enhance our images. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today. Before we wrap up, want some bonus content? Here are some interesting facts about today's topic that you might not know. Fact number 1. The first camera. Did you know that the first camera in history was the pinhole camera, dating back to the 4th to 5th century? It's mind-blowing to think about how far we've come since then. Fact number 2. The first 35mm SLR camera. The world of photography was forever changed with the introduction of the first 35mm SLR camera by Ihagi, the Kain Exacta 1. This gave photographers more control and flexibility, opening up a world of possibilities. Fact number 3. The most expensive photograph. This is an interesting one. As of 2023, the most expensive photograph ever sold is Man Ray's Violon d'Angre, which was auctioned for a staggering $12.4 million. That's a lot of money for a single image. This black and white image overlays a violin and a woman's naked body, was sold by Christie's auction house and greatly surpassed its expected sale price of $5 to $7 million. Isn't that fascinating? Fact number 4. The first digital camera. The very first fully digital camera that could save data to a memory card made its debut thanks to Fujifilm in 1988. It had a whopping 2 megabytes capacity, enough for just 10 photos. Hard to believe, right? Especially now when our phones can store thousands of pics. Fact number 5. The first aerial photograph. The first ever aerial photo wasn't snapped by the first aerial photographer. It's credited to James Wallace Black and Samuel Archer King. They captured the city of Boston from a height of 630 meters back in 1860. And that's a wrap for today's video. We've come a long way from the first still images to the immersive cinematic experiences. So what was your favorite part of this history? Do you have any predictions for the future of film and photography? Or maybe you have an interesting fact that we missed? Drop your comment below. And if you found this video useful, please like it and make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on our next videos. And as always, thank you for watching.